Hello, welcome to another edition of Mi Gente on air. I haven't been here in the last 2 weeks. I've been real busy with everything going on in our community, but I'm here tonight and we got a great show for you to promote the upcoming Tamale Taste Off that's happening, the 15th annual Tamale Taste Off at La Unión Cívica Mexicana. And I got a great guest. Everybody knows him. He's out there hustling every day, just like I am, and we're trying to bring forth our community, our culture, and our good comida mexicana. And he's with Cruz Kitchen, and he's been with his father and mother's business over there on Martha Street, Cruz Kitchen, and then Cruz Drive Through, I should say, is where he is a lot of today. And so please help me welcome Mike Cruz. He's going to be here on the show. So I want you all to come on into the room. And if you got a question or you got a concern, feel free to put it in the room because that's what this show's about, finding out information, promoting our Latino culture and our heritage and what we do and what we bring to the table to the Great Lakes Bay region. So come on in, everybody. Welcome to Mi Gente on Air.
Welcome to Mi Gente on Air on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. Now, here is your host, Larry Rodarte.
Buenos tardes, buenos tardes. This is Larry Rodarte. I'm your host here on Mi Gente on Air, and I've got a great show for you here tonight promoting one of the great seasonal topics. It's that time of year. It's the most wonderful time of the year, right? And that's because we're going to be talking tamales. And the 15th annual Tamale Taste Off is happening December 21st, 20, I was going to say 1925, 2025. And it's going to be at the Union Civica on 2715 Wadsworth. And I have a guest who's going to be participating. And he is somebody in the community that is a long-time entrepreneur. He has helped his parents in their business, Cruz Kitchen, over on Martha Street. And now he's with Cruz Drive Through over on Genesee. Please help me welcome to Mi Gente on Air, Mr. Mike Cruz. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing good, Larry. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Now, we had Mike on the show in I think it was our very first year or second year, 2021. It was within the first year.
Yes.
And as well as your business partner over there at Cruz Drive Through.
Yes.
And we know this because you started the business in 2021, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was telling Mike here before we went on air, Mi Gente on Air has been going for 5 years. We're starting our 5th year with this show. No, our 6th year.
6.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun making
Yeah,
tamales.
Time flies, right, right. And so I want to bring up something that happened in 2019 because it's a great fond memory, and that was the Adelante Awards. Was it 19 or 18? 2019 or 18? I can't really, the years have just been going, but we honored Cruz Kitchen and Santos and Gloria Cruz with the Adelante Award. For the Business Adelante Award. And Mike, you were there. How did that go for you and your family?
The awards were really nice, and my mom and dad have worked hard for where they came from, and to receive an award like that in the community that voted for us, for my mother, for my parents,
Mm-hmm.
and they never looked for nothing. I had to actually my nieces had to talk my dad and mom into going
Oh yeah,
because they did not go to stuff like this, awards and all that. They just work hard, and that's what they always done. Like as we're speaking right now, my dad is on Martha Street making tamales,
yeah.
and he won't get done till midnight tonight.
I've seen him do it, so I know. And I went in there for a shoot with you guys a couple years back, 2 years maybe now, three, I don't know.
Something like that.
But I'll never forget how you walked in at the Adelante Awards in your trench coat with the head fur, I think, on it. You and Maria Olivares came in with big old fur coats, and you were on the red carpet. And I said, "Wow, what a moment for these two!" Because I know you both worked so hard in the culinary part of our culture. So that was a great memory, the Adelante Awards. And unfortunately, because of COVID, we kind of stopped doing those, and I wish we would have gotten back, since then. But with everything else going on, it's just been difficult. And I want to apologize to everybody in the community. I wanted to do that when I opened up on the Facebook social media. I want to apologize on behalf of the Unión Cívica Mexicana because we had to cancel our 80th anniversary celebration this weekend because of the weather. Our bands were coming in from Toledo, Ohio, and the roads were already slick on Friday. And so we were getting that storm Saturday, and I think it was a great call because we did get a lot of snow. We had about 7-8 inches in Saginaw, and we had people coming in from Lansing and from Holland and of course Toledo, where the bands were coming from. And it just I didn't want to put anybody in danger's way with those slick Michigan roads. So apologies again from the Unión Cívica Mexicana, and we're going to regroup and see if we're going to do something in the future to honor that milestone of the Civica's 80th year in existence. But coming up on December 21st, we've got the 15th annual Tamale Taste Off. Can you believe it, Mike? 15 years.
Wow, that time sure does fly. It seems like you just started it, and it grew into bringing our whole communities and surrounding areas all together, and that's what you intended it for, and it blossomed into what you wanted it to be. Families to getting together, and like I said, the surrounding area, they come from all over to this event, and it's a positive for the community. People get together, they make their tamales, they bring it, they vote on it. The people's choice, the judge's choice, is just a great affair. And people sit around and they talk about it at the event. They come and taste them. Oh, we like number one. Well, I like number three. I like number five.
Yeah,
and it's just a blessing that it's all working. That's the man upstairs working for the whole community that we needed here in Saginaw, Michigan.
Yeah. How many times have you won? Because I know you've participated from way back. I don't know how many times you won, though. At least twice, I know.
We won 3 times.
Yeah. Last year you tied with Fuego.
Right.
And they're going to be there again this year as well. And you're going to be there December 21st. So it's a showdown between, it's so funny because there have been years with the Tamale Taste Off where it got very serious between some of the businesses, some of the tamale vendors, and it's all for the good of all of us. We all come together. And you're right. People come from all over. We've even had them as far as away as Flint and West Branch and Mount Pleasant. And the beauty of it all is the fact that our community really gets to be able to sample a lot of different tamales from different businesses. And when I say community, I'm talking about the Great Lakes Bay region, not just Latinos, but everybody. And we get everybody that comes there to our Tamale Taste Off. Now, we have had it at, of course, the Civica. We've had it at Newville Elementary School. We've had it at Newville High School because it grew to over 1,000 people that we were bringing in. I mean, that's a lot of people who love tamales at Christmas time, right? Because that's the only time I'll make them. I won't make, I get requests all the time to make them during the year. I'm like, no, go to Crew's Kitchen over there. They're making them year round.
Right. We make them daily, if not every other day.
Now, Crew's drive-through, I've also seen the women in there making them by hand.
That's how we make them.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, there's no machine, right? It's all by hand. And I see them doing it the old way with the hojas, and the hojas in their hand, and with the spoon,
the butter knife,
and yeah. It's just like, wow. I do the spreading now. I find it really easy. It's a lot easier.
My dad spreads every tamale that goes out of the Martha Street location. He uses a plastic one.
Mm-hmm.
He can have 2 or 3 rollers, and they can't keep up with him.
Wow.
Like he'll have a pile, he'll go do something else in between, and come back when it's getting a little low and go right back up, and they can't catch them till all the masa's done.
Wow, wow. So, what do you look forward to this year for the 15th annual that you are going to be participating? What are you bringing to the table?
Well, first of all, I would like more people to get involved and that we all support each other. Go, even though you make, say, all right, we're doing the tamales, okay? Everyone makes tamales. Go support the other businesses that make them too. Just don't, because you make them and you eat yours. Go to different establishments. Don't just stick to one place. You don't have to get tamales. You get a burrito dinner, taco dinner, enchilada dinner. Support everyone.
Mhm,
All of us, I go all over. I can say that truthfully.
mhm.
Let's bring all the business people out to support each other. You're not that busy where you can't get away for a couple hours and go visit Maria's, Rancho, all the other ones that are out there. You know, come and visit Cruz Kitchen. Come and visit Cruz Mexican Kitchen on Genesee. The one in the mall,
Cazadores.
Casadore, Taco Tequila, Loco, the
Taco
Coco Loco, Coco
Oh,
Loco.
Coco Loco, yeah.
All of them. I'm gonna miss some because I can't remember everything. But let's try to all get together and support each other, man. And I always say this, it's a little thing of mine. Let's stop the fight and all unite.
Yeah.
Let's unite. Let's help each other. If someone's down, let's help them.
Right.
You see a business down, don't knock them. Go over there and take a couple people with you and spend a couple dollars with them. That might be a make or break it for that business. So let's get out there and support. Just like it doesn't just have to be in the food industry.
Right, right.
All of the businesses need help sooner or later. So let's all come together as one. Larry started it 15 years ago with the tamales, and look at he would just do tamales. And now I sell menudo and burritos at the
Mhm.
event. I sell out every time, which is a blessing. So let's all just stop all the hating and let's just be blessed at what you got. Look at some of the stuff that people don't have. And we cry, we open up, the kids open up the refrigerator door. We don't have nothing to eat. You just went and spent $500-$600 on groceries. But that's how spoiled we are. We act like we don't have no food. Why? Because they're too lazy even to put a piece of bread and bologna and lettuce and tomato, mayonnaise, mustard, whatever you like on it, and put the other bread on it and eat it with some chips. They're too lazy to do that. They want the parents, the grandparents, the aunts and uncles to do it. It's time for them to start doing for the grandma and grandpa if they're still lucky to have them here on earth, their mother and father. I just lost my mom. And let me tell you, it is hard,
Yes.
So with that being said, Larry, let's just all keep doing what you're doing. You'll get back to the Al Dente Awards, because there is some deserving people out there
Oh, yeah.
since you couldn't have it because of the pandemic.
Pandemic, yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't even talk today. But anyways, maybe you'll start getting your staff together to do that again, time willing,
Yeah.
because you got to have time for yourself too. People don't realize if you're opening a business for 8 hours, I don't care what it is, it takes 12 or 16 hours to make that happen,
Right.
if
right.
not more. So let's all join together and pull it together. And don't be too proud to ask for help. If you need help, ask us.
Mhm.
Somebody might be able to help you. They might not be able to give you financial backing. They might come in there and work. You don't have to pay me. You just saved $100.
Right.
So let's
Manual
all stick
labor.
together. That labor costs a lot of money. Why
Mhm.
do you think the food and stuff costs so much when you go to restaurants? Man, I can make it for this. Yeah, you can. But there's times where you're out, support that business, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, Larry, I think you're doing a great job and doing what you're doing and promoting the tamale contest. And let's get a lot of people. Let's get 1,000 people into the Civica. Let's push for it.
Sure would help us.
Right. Let's
You know?
push it. Let's push to get that 1,000 in there.
Well, I want to ask you, like, have you seen that your business has benefited from actually winning the tamale taste off? Tell me about the after effect of actually winning and participating in the tamale taste off.
When we won the first one, we were impact. I could say it's 100%. Like we probably doubled,
Yeah.
and it helped out too. The news, the media came.
Mm-hmm.
I believe TV 25 came. The Saginaw News came, and of course the platform that we're on with you. When you win, you put it on your page, and you have a great following. I put it on mine, and they follow. So all of it helped, and it carried on. Like after Christmas, you think sales are going to slow down and just dump.
Yeah.
It did before, but now people eat tamales daily.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be racist or nothing, but it's not just the Mexicans eating tamales no more. The Latino community, it's everybody.
Right.
So you got that whole different clientele. I get people that come from Hemlock, Freeland, Midland, Bay City. I got some that come out of Detroit just to get menudo because they can't get it. And when they come and get the menudo, they buy tamales.
Yeah.
So it all helped out because I believe one of the customers told me that they seen it on somebody's page and they drove all the way from Detroit here.
Yeah. Wow.
And they still come. They call me a couple of days ahead. Hey, Mike, can you have this ready for me? Sure, I'll have it ready. When you coming? Tomorrow, next day, whatever he says or she says, it's there. I got a couple. She comes with her son and her granddaughter from Ohio to come and get tamales. And they come at least once a month. Yeah. They get tamales and menudo, and they buy a burrito dinner, taco dinner, and they'll eat it in there. They'll stay in there for about an hour, 2 hours talking. And then they say, well, Mike, we got to go back home. Give me 10 dozen, 5 large menudos, stuff like that, give me 4 of this kind of dinners to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I get people that come in and they want them in January and
right?
February. And I'm like, no, I only make them in December, for the taste off as well as for the Civica. But I know that the increase of the demand from people who have now become accustomed to tamales in our area,
right?
They're asking for them longer, and those aren't Latinos,
right?
So it's really, as you said earlier, many Mexican families here locally will make their own tamales,
yes.
and it's a beautiful tradition you do with your family. I do it with my family. It's a seasonal. It's been honestly, I've been making tamales since I was 5 years old. I'm not lying.
Right,
I am not lying. With my grandfather when he was alive, my mother every year, and now my sisters and I, and my aunt before she passed as well. It's just been a tradition that pulls at the heartstrings. And some of the younger nieces and cousins that have grown up in knowing that when you don't do it, they miss it.
Right.
They really miss it. And then they have got to take the torch, eventually, and make those. And it's really surprising to me how I think my mom would be proud of me because I can do tamales without any recipe now. I just have it all in my head.
You can measure it.
Yeah. And they all ask me, how do we do this? How do we do that? After she passed, we were all questioning everything. Nobody had it all together. Recipe, yeah. Yeah. And so it's really a beautiful tradition of, that really goes back to our indigenous ancestors, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the different tribes, the Tarascans, and has been, passed down from Mexico to our Tex-Mex grandparents and us now here in Saginaw. And we here make authentic tamales, So it's a beautiful tradition. And I know your dad's been making them forever. How long's he been making them?
He's 81.
Wow.
And they made them just at the house, like how you said, with your grandma, your mom, all that. So you figure 81, 70 years.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, he was made it when he was a little kid. And then, you know, the recipes passed down. And then we got, you know, there was this recipe, that recipe, but we all decided and we voted on a certain recipe, you know, because you
Yeah.
had to, we let the customers choose it because we'd give out samples. How do you like this one? How do you like this one? How do you like this? And we sell regular, mild, and hot
Mm.
because some people like hot. There's some people they call me, Mike, I'm coming. You know, I want super hot.
Yeah.
So I have to make different stuff for them, which is a habanero recipe that I
Oh,
have.
those are real hot.
And they're sitting there. One guy came in. I had some pickled habaneros in a jar,
Hmm.
and he said, "Dan, those pickled habaneros." I said, "Yeah." I pulled it out and I left it up there while I was making his order. I said, "Go ahead, get you some." I'm not kidding you. This dude stood there and ate like 4 or 5 of those habaneros raw like that.
Wow.
Didn't ask for no water. Did not sweat. He's a buddy of mine that I grew up with. I grew up with him out in Mount Rose at my grandma's parents' house. He's a white guy and ate him. I said, "Man, you need to come to this jalapeno contest and we can win all the contests. Because if you're eating that like that," because I took a bite of it. I said, how you do that, man? I'm good.
Yeah, I can't eat it that hot.
I like it hot, but not like that. Not raw.
And you know what? We do have a lot of clientele that are non-Hispanic that they love that hot.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, and it's not hot enough for them the way I make them. So I say just add a little chile on there. You know,
They like it cooked in there. A lot of people like it cooked in there.
I got a dry mouth here talking about tamales, you know, and chile.
Right.
But I got to be honest with you. Just before I came here, it was already at the Civica. We were doing cleaning and the chile ancho,
Yes.
the chile guajillo, and the chile abro. We had 3 chiles, and that's why I think I'm coughing still.
Oh,
I got it in my eyes, you know, from having it on my hands. So you got to make sure you wear gloves. But you know, I make them with those real chiles,
Right?
And we clean them, the pods. We boil them, you know, we mix them in the blender, and I love to use a lot of chili sauce in my tamales. So we're gonna go into commercial real quick, but we're gonna be back here with Michael Cruz from Cruz Kitchen and Cruz Drive-Thru, and don't go anywhere because we're gonna talk more about tamales and the 15th annual Tamale Taste Off. No. Okay, thank you, everybody. We're gonna go on a break here real quick because I've got to get something to drink because I'm over here coughing. I got a dry throat. But if you've got any questions or concerns, or you want to ask Mike anything about tamales making or his business, please put your comments in the room. And you know, Mike, I want you to give you the opportunity to talk. To give your phone number to your business, so anybody who's interested in buying tamales now, be ahead of the tamale taste off, or want to eat any of your food at Cruz Drive-Thru, go ahead and give them that information. I'm going to run in and get something to drink. Go ahead.
Yes, we're located on the Cruise Through Mexican Kitchen is located at 2525 East Genesee, and the phone number is 989-401-1883. And you can place your orders there for tamales and dinners, along with tacos or whatever you would like. You can call in the order. Our drive-thru is open, and you can just drive up and pick your order up. And our other location is 1200 Martha Street, Saginaw, Michigan. The phone number is 989-717. Oh, man. My brain went dead on the phone number. If I remember, I'll get back to it. And there you can call in your orders. We will be open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from noon till 6. And the phone number I will get back with you on, because I can't remember that phone number. We just got a new number. And I'm sorry, but you can call there and we'll be there just on Martha Street Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Those are our new hours for that location due to we are semi-retired at that location. We have slowed down a lot at that location. It's been a long, long time. We've been there since 1969.
Wow.
And my dad bought, a lot of people know our other business, which was Superstar Superette. And he bought that in 1972. And we had our other location, which was the drive-through on Washington and Atwater. And we opened that in 1987.
Wow.
And my mom and dad, they've had rental units and stuff, different type of businesses. And there's a lot of other stuff that people do not even know what my mother and father did as far as businesses and things like that. And of course I did too. I did my lunch truck, back in 2008, stuff like that. But due to health issues, I had to sell it. But I am getting better. That's a good thing, little by little. So with that being said, we're going to keep it to the tamales.
Yeah.
And just support everyone. Support all the businesses, regardless of what they're into. But December the 21st at the Union Civica, the tamale contest will be held this year again. And we have to be there to try to how you say, Larry, about your title?
What?
With Frago.
Oh, the tamale.
Yeah, we have
the best tamale maker of the year. That's what they're vying for in the tamale taste off.
So me and Frago, we're gonna go at it again. When I see him, we're gonna go at it.
Yeah, that's Randy with Fuego. Yeah,
I'm just trying to just have fun bring fun to the tamale contest.
Yeah.
That's what I'm after this year, though. I'm after their restaurant, their organization.
You want to win it on your own.
What's his name?
Randy,
I'm coming for you.
Big
Mike is coming
Randy.
for you.
Yeah. Well, Lionel Rodriguez is on tonight, and he's saying, "What's up, Mike?"
Hey, Lionel.
So is Melissa Jones. She says, "Hi, Big Mike."
Hi, Melissa.
Robert Fulgencio, what's up, Mikey?
¿Qué pasó, carnal?
And we got Melissa Jones says, "Have you won the tamales taste off? And if so, how many times? And have you won? Have you won without cheating?" No, she didn't say that. I said that, but no, yeah.
I gave Larry a couple hundred.
Yeah. Don't say that, because that will go far.
We know that.
That will go far, huh? The way I get blamed sometimes.
Right.
But
won, 3 times in a row we have won the contest.
Was it in a row, or was it different years?
We won 2 years in a row, then we skipped a year, then we came back, and then we tied with Fuego. So really 4 times. But
wow, really?
Hey, who's counting? As long as everyone has a good time, that's all that matters. Yeah. But I'm after you, Randy, if you're watching.
Randy,
I want to get on there and watch now.
All right, well, let's go back into the show.
Yes, sir.
We got the Facebook social media that we always love to bring out some of the comments and all, but we have to do the show for the actual broadcast, which happens on Saturdays as well as on Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. So let's go back into Mi Gente on Air.
This is Mi Gente on Air on WSGW.
Welcome back. Welcome to Mi Gente on Air. I want to just say welcome to everybody, all those in the listening area, in the broadcast listening area, that is. because we do have our show on Saturday as well as Sunday. And I know that sometimes we do have non Latino listeners, although this show is targeted to the Latino community of the Great Lakes Bay region. And so I want everybody to understand a little bit about what my show is tonight in a whole different aspect of what we've been talking about. And my guest today here is Mike Cruz, who is with Cruz Kitchen, an establishment that has been around since 1969 on Martha Street over there in Saginaw, as well as in 2021, they opened up Cruz Drive-Through. And I want Mike and I to discuss a little bit about what the actual cost is now, because we have seen through the years. I remember when we were selling $7 a dozen
Yeah,
for
right.
tamales. Can you imagine today? So we can't, because everything has gone up. And Mike, I want you to share with the community what you have experienced. I'm going to tell everybody one of the big expenses now, it simply is just the leaves that we use, the corn husk leaves. They've gone up to like $10
Yes, they
for
have.
one package.
They used to cost $2 and $3.
Yeah.
They are $10. So
Yeah,
when
last year you could get them places $6.
6, 7,
All of a sudden, $9.99. It'd save a lot. And I don't mean to throw anybody under the bus. For whatever reason, they're probably, maybe it's the tariffs. I don't know. But please tell me, what are you feeling as a tamale maker?
Well, first of all, it is the product that price have went up, and it's the labor. You're not paying them $10 an hour no more. You're not paying them $12 an hour no more. You got to pay them $15 and up. So
Yeah.
that means you're eating that cost. So you can't sell a dozen even for $12. You'll lose money.
Yeah.
You got to pay your insurance, your licensing fee every year. It's a lot that goes with it when you're running a business.
Yeah.
Your overhead, your consumers. Everyone has consumers, Bill. There's a lot to it. You got to keep up your outside, your everything. Everything costs to make all this happen when you have your own establishment.
Right.
And anyways, right now, your average tamale is $17 to $20.
Right.
And I really don't know how some of the people are getting away with doing it for $16 or $17, because when they do that, they're doing all the work.
Yeah, themselves.
So there's nothing wrong with it. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. If you're healthy enough to be able to do that kind of work and run off 50, 60, 100 dozen, if need be, whatever your clientele is, I'm happy for you. But I know us, we charge $20 a dozen. That's the price. That's the labor we put in and everything else that goes along with it.
And the meat price alone has gone up. The
meat-
pork has gone up.
You remember pork? You used to get that same pork butt for 99 cents a pound.
Yeah.
You might not think going $1.59, $1.69, whatever it might be at different times. They could be $1.49. That is 49 cents. That's 50 cents compared to what it used to be. So for every 10 pounds, you know what it is. It goes up that much more. So you have to eat that price, especially when you're buying 100, 200 pounds at a time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that you have to put up. You have to cut it, cook it. And the people that cut it and cook it now, you still have to pay them $15 an hour just to cut that meat and put it in the pan.
Yeah.
So it all costs, and just like this, when you go anywhere, hey, and some people can afford the prices of not just the food industry, everywhere. If you know you can't afford it, don't try to go beyond your means. It's just, that's how it is. And for our tamales, hey, we put the money into it. We work. Everyone does, not just us. I'm saying all the tamale makers, not just Cruz Kitchen, not just Cruz Through Mexican Kitchen, all of our places that make that product. So with that being said, everyone just help each other.
Yeah.
It's
really a laborious process. And every year for the last 10 years, and maybe it's just aging, but my sciatic nerve always goes out, when I'm in the daily process of making tamales, because even with your family, it starts early in the morning and you're not done till late in the evening.
Right.
But it's really hard for anybody unless you've really got a number of people helping. Your legs are probably going to be hurting by the end of the night, throbbing in
Right.
bed, and so I hope people, when they look at what the cost of tamales are today, they take this into consideration, and that's why I'm bringing it up. And we have somebody here in the room, in the social media room for Mi Gente on Air. His name is Joe Sadia. He says Lansing has $28 a dozen. Mike, yours are
Wow.
better.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, you
That
know
Joe.
him?
How you doing, Joe?
$28 a
He
dozen.
comes over to my place.
Wow.
He does the paintball stuff out there in Lansing area.
Okay.
That's my buddy.
Well, thanks for listening, Joe.
I'll see you soon, Joe, because I know you're coming.
And I've heard, I have a cousin out in California. She sells them for $36 a dozen.
There's a place in Indiana.
I don't even want to say it out loud because that's like $36 a dozen. Wow.
There's a place in Indiana somewhere, and this is like maybe 10 years ago.
No.
They were getting $42 a dozen when we were still selling them for 10 here.
Wow.
They were big. I never tried them. I just seen it. And I was like, you know how they do, though, when they make those big tamales? It's all masa, no meat. That's what I seen for $42.
Where's the beef?
Right.
Where's the beef? No. Yeah. I traditionally make the pork ones. And, like I mentioned, the chiles that I use, the abro, the ancho, and the guajillo. Yeah. I love the guajillo. But, people make bean tamales. They make the 3 cheese tamales. They make chicken tamales. What do you guys make over there? It's strictly the pork?
We do mostly the pork, but we do get orders for chicken.
Yeah.
And my dad makes a good bean one, because how he does his, he doesn't even put no cheese in there. He just put beans and the sliced pickled jalapenos in there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. We get calls for that like every other day for those. Yeah. Those are something. And I told him, Dad, just put a little cheese in there. You can't tell the old schoolers nothing about their tamales.
Yeah,
so he looks at me like, no. So once in a while, I'll slide some in when they're there, and I'll say, here, make a quick dozen and put this cheese in there.
Yeah.
I make sure he's gone doing something. Then they roll off a dozen real quick, and I hide them.
Wow.
But I like to, when I do that, though, I honestly like to grade my cheese the fresh one.
Okay.
And that's another thing we're going to start doing on the Martha Street location. We're going to start grinding all our cheese is fresh for your tacos, burritos, your nachos. I got a big house nacho that I make there. It's a big pizza box, and I will start making it again. And I use Doritos or regular chips, whichever one they would like. Or if some people get them mixed, and I mix it. Some like the burrito meat on there. So I put burrito meat, cheese, lettuce, tomato, jalapeno, onions. I put everything on there. And I sell a lot of them when I'm out there doing that.
I know you do. Well, we got Priscilla Cruz Potter is on here. She says yours are worth every cent.
Thank you, Priscilla.
So
we appreciate you.
Yeah. And so I'll tell you what, anybody who makes tamales by hand or the traditional way, they'll tell you it's worth it when you pay $18 to $20 today, just simply because of the costs that's involved, in the product, but the labor part of it as well is something that I think if they're making them, especially within your families or whatever, and also in the businesses, they're making them with love. It's love of this tradition that we have had that dates so far back. And I know that within my family, my great grandmother, Cecilia from Huandacarrillo, Michoacan, she passed that recipe on to my grandfather, Jose V. Diaz, and my tia Dela Chentaca. They were brothers and sisters, and they passed it on to my mother, Anita Diaz, and then Anita Diaz Rodarte. She passed it on to me and my siblings, and it just goes on and on. And that's the beauty part of it, right? I mean, when we look at, I remember my grandpa Joe Diaz, making tamales with him. Like I said, 5 years of age, and in those days we were using the pork head.
Yep, that's original
Yeah,
tamale.
that's the good ones.
You,
The
you,
delicate testing tamales.
I get calls for those, and I do them.
Yeah,
But what I do, I tell them I can't give them to you for 20.
yeah,
This is back when they were 15 even.
yeah.
I said, you got to give me $25 a dozen. They said, what? I said, you come in here and do that work, and then you'll tell me $25 is cheap. And
Yeah.
when I do it, they have to buy 5 dozen or more, else I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And they buy them.
The taste,
Because you can't get that nowhere else.
Yeah.
You can't, Larry, you've done it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is original tamale.
Yeah.
Because the farmer used to throw that part away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people know this. That's how we came up with lengua, barbacoa, and carnitas, and the tamales. The tamales, because they threw the head away, you cook the head, you debone it, you mix it up.
Mm-hmm.
What were the corn husks? The farmers didn't need it. That's what we had. We'd make our own masa off of the corn, the old corn.
Mm-hmm.
That was the cheapest thing for us to do, but it was the best thing. Look at it now. Now, how much is lengua a pound? Almost $10.
I know.
How much is your barbacoa a pound? Almost $10. Carnitas is still, it ain't up there with the $10, but
your tripe is.
Oh yeah, a tripe. Look at what is it?
$72
a pound or
$72 for a 10 pound.
So it's $7.20 a pound. When the tripe, they used to throw it away.
Yeah.
And now look.
But because of the demand of more Latinos in our community, and we're sharing that now to, where it's the greater community that is loving tamales. So it's, it's really, if you look at the trajectory and the tradition of tamales dating way back, it really is, has a history. And it has a story.
Yes.
And, somebody should actually do a theatrical play on tamales and the history.
Right.
Yeah.
You could. Hey, let's get together.
That's an idea. That's an idea for the Sasa kids over there, the theater production,
Hey, they're willing too,
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's, we have another guest on here today it's David Guevara. He's in San Diego, California. $40 a dozen here in San Diego. Can you imagine?
God,
that's crazy.
It seemed like it'd be cheaper right there, but
hey, Dave, I'll send you some here from Saginaw. Alex Ornales says, best tamales. Your dad brought us some a few weeks ago to the shop.
Yes, he did, Alex. I told him stop by there. I was at the house making more tamales while he was out there doing that. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Big Al. I'll be to see you soon because I know it's getting around that time where you need some.
Yeah, if you want a friend in life, make them tamales.
Right?
Right, yeah.
I want to ask this question out there. Has anyone had a friend come over and you leave the room for a minute and there's tamales on the stove that your mom has made and they never ate tamales before in their whole life, and you say, go ahead and get some out of the pot, they're nice and fresh. They eat the oha with the tamale because they didn't know.
Yeah.
And I come back into the room. This happened real life. And I told him, I said, did you like the tamale? He said, they're good, but it's sort of tough. I said, well, what'd you do? I said, get another one. I said, what's wrong with you?
And he said, no, thanks, I'm good.
That's what he said. And I said, I showed him how to eat it. Oh, yeah. Now, the one of his brothers, he's the superintendent in Hemlock. We keep in contact because he's an Italian guy. They make homemade spaghetti sauce. So I take tamales, he makes spaghetti. So we're both happy.
Wow. Yeah, I think most of us who have made tamales through the years have had a similar story. I had my ex and we went to a party for her business, and it was in Linwood, Michigan.
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
And there was a whole house full of people who worked at, it was Grondin's hair salon. We took tamales because the host of the house said, could you do that? And we couldn't believe how they were starting to eat, and we had to stop the press. because they were all eating with the corn husk. They didn't know,
They
a lot
don't
of
know.
people in those days, and this was maybe 10 years ago, I guess, didn't know. And I think that that's less and less now, but truly, even when I've had exchange students who have come to the area and have helped, and
Right.
they don't know either. And so it's really something that you have to educate them about. Do not eat the corn husks.
Right.
That's just the
It's-
wrap that
we-
holds
we-
everything together.
We might have to start putting on our package. Do not.
not-
This is how you eat a tamale. You unroll the corn husk, the hoja, off of the tamale.
Wow. So I want to ask Dave Guevara here. He's in the room, like I said, and he's saying that there's $40 a dozen for tamales. That's double what we are charging in Saginaw. He says, my daughter makes tamales with chuck roast. Have you ever heard of that? Chuck roast.
They're when they use the beef in that chuck roast,
Mhm.
they are so juicy.
Really?
I made them one time like that, but I haven't. To be honest, we've been so busy. It's hard to even keep up what we're doing.
It's
now.
hard to experiment.
Yeah. I want to do it because I know they'll buy it because people ask for beef ones, like they want the ground beef ones. But if I make the chuck roast like that, young lady, whoever asked that, it's, how roast tastes. That roast is so good because it's juicy. It's got more fat on it.
Yeah.
But that price on that, you have to get $25, $30 a dozen because that meat is more than the pork.
Yeah, that's why I don't even do burritos anymore because the meat's so expensive. You do the burritos at the restaurant.
Burritos and we went up a little bit, but we try to be, fair. But it's expensive. Like we'd run a special, the beef and cheese burritos like you're talking about. And we were really like, it's like a lost leader because we just put the sale on just to have it. We sell them 4 for $10. So that's only $2.50 a burrito. So you're in that labor and everything that we just talked about. You're in there where you might make just a little bit.
Right.
Because like a burrito now, you should charge no less than $3.50.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. I get a lot of that too with even the patitos we make. They think they're like a hard shell taco. They should be charged.
They should be taco price.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're putting double the meat.
Yeah. We're doing the labor of actually rolling out the tortilla.
As soon as they start saying da. Excuse me, I'm busy. I'll put you on hold for a minute. Because man, it's I know what you mean because
it's a lot of work.
They, like you said, you make your masa.
Right.
You roll it. You do everything. Put the meat, You drop it.
Right.
You got to bring it out.
It's a whole process.
You got to put your lettuce and tomato on there. And whoever has never made a patito before,
be my
you
guest.
try putting that meat. You try putting that lettuce and tomato in there after it's dropped.
Yeah.
Without breaking it.
It's hot as heck. Yeah.
I did it one time. I'm good. I'll go see you.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm not.
My customers are familiar with me or my workers actually giving a little yell when we burn our fingers trying to get those toothpicks out.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Hey, we all have done it, and I have to tell them, grab a paper towel when you grab that off, when it's just coming out of the oil, or else you're going to burn your hand. So it's tough. And then when you're wearing gloves and you can't get them off in time, it goes through your skin. So yeah. So we're talking about food. That's such a big part of our community. We've had many guests on here who had their own restaurants or who are culinary experts in our community. And today we're talking tamales. And so I just really want to thank Big Mike for being with us here today on from Crew's Kitchen. There's a long history of serving the community. He has been doing that since he's been a kid with his mom and dad. And I want to just say, Gloria, his mother, Gloria Cruz. I used to call her La Gloria all the time.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, and I don't know why I came up with that, but I used to love calling her that. But she was such a hard worker. She just passed last year, was it?
This year coming up on 2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
Yeah.
And so she was such an asset to our community with the American GI Forum and her parents and that history as well. And so I think part of what Mike does over there is in memory of his mother as well, in making these tamales and representing her at the Tamale Day stuff. So everybody, I want to just remind everybody that the Tamale Taste Off, the 15th annual, is December 21st, 2025, at the Unión Cívica Mexicana from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we want to invite the whole community. Everybody can come out, and it's, you don't have to come and be there all day. We're going to be serving different foods as well. Mike's going to be serving menudo, burritos. We're going to be selling, our specialties of the Unión Cívica, and I'm sure some of the other vendors are going to be selling their foods as well. And we're also going to have merchandise vendors there as well for your last minute Christmas shopping, because it's always on the Sunday before Christmas so that everybody can get fresh tamales for their Christmas day. So last minute we got in the show, Mike, anything you want to say to the community?
I would like to say happy holidays to all the families, and I hope you guys all can get together and just have a good time. I know we have our differences, but put it to the side and let's all just stop the fight and let's unite. And I'm saying that for the whole communities and all the surrounding areas. And I would love to see you all at the Tamale Taste Off December the 21st from 11 to 4 o'clock at the Union Civica. I'll be happy to see all your faces that I haven't seen in a while. And I will be there. I'm going to be there to let everyone know, because I've been down, but I will be there.
All right. So thank you, Mike Cruz, for being with us here today as we talk tamales and the Tamale Taste Off. We'll see you next week, everybody. Thank you for being with me here today on Mi Gente on Air. So thank you, everybody, for being with us here on the show today. Thank Mike Cruz as well. It's always a pleasure, Mike, to see you and seeing that you're continuing on. You mentioned you've been down, but you always come back, and you're going to be there at the Tamale Taste Off, and always a pleasure doing work. And I just want to say I appreciate your attitude in regard to this, because you've been with us for so many years. I think when do you think was the first year that you actually got involved?
I really can't remember, but it's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, when we started this in 2009, El Gaito was a part of it. My cousin Felix, Tony Garza was a part of it.
Yes, he was.
El Faralito. Jose Castillo was part of it as well, with El Mexicano, which is now Coco Loco.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so, I know him.
Yeah.
Too.
So they've all participated, even Rico's over there on Bay Road, and so we just want to invite everybody back if you can make it, because what this event actually helps is for the community at large to know about tamales and all, and of course it gives them the opportunity to buy tamales for their families and all, but it also helps the Civica, in terms of us helping to pay the bills. We have that old building over there on Wadsworth, and it costs, especially during the winter, to keep the heat on and the water and to pay the waste management bills and the consumer's energy. I mean, it's just a lot. And so with our recent 80th anniversary cancellation, because of the weather, we also had to cancel our Halloween dance because the U of M Michigan game fell right on. They decided to have it at 7 p.m. when we thought it was going to be at 1 o'clock,
right.
And so that hurts us as well, and so I really hope that the community will come together and support the Unión Cívica Mexicana, as well as get your tamales for Christmas. So thank you, everybody, for being with me here today on Mi Gente on Air as we start our 6th year of putting this show together that supports Latino culture, concerns, and contributions. So we'll see you next week here on Mi Gente on Air.